This town is called Olympia Fields, right outside of Chicago, Illinois, and it is an all-black American city. I figured that this is a lot better than looking at some old guy talking. The videos at the end helps to support everything I am about to say. Everything I am talking about comes from my experiences with girlfriends, my female friends and female family members, such as cousins and aunts. The ages ranged from late teenagers to women over 70 years old. Thus, the older they get, does not mean that the smarter they get. They do not change. Most women never truly think about how much things cost. However, they all want men who are making a good living so that they will not have to work. Plus, even if these women themselves are not making a good living, they believe that men who are making a good living are everywhere. One of my female friends told me that she will only date a man who is making a good living because she does not want to pay for everything. I told her, if the man is paying for dates, or at least is part of the date, then he can afford to take care of himself. He just might not be making enough money to afford to take care of you and him. I also told her, that by the time he start making the money you require, he will have a lot of women after him, and you will be just another pretty face in a sea of other pretty women. Thus, the reasons these types of women give are not logical. Most of these types of women never grew up around these types of people. Wealthy families. Most of these types of women do not make enough money that will allow them to hang out or visit the places these types of men go. All these women know is what they see on television or in Hollywood movies. Women purchase the most stuff. Women shop a lot more than the average man, which is why they own more than 70% of credit card debt or personal loans. Every major corporation's marketing manager knows this, which is why they always created some kind of marketing that targeted the average women. This is why you see very good-looking men paired or matched with average-looking women in Hollywood movies. This is why all romantic comedies are not based on reality. Thus, because all of the television shows and Hollywood movies have some type of marketing targeted toward women's fantasies is why when we men tell women that this is not what men want. These types of women tell us men we are wrong, and start calling us men bad names. These types of women need a wealthy man not only to bring them up into a higher lifestyle, but also so that they can keep buying all of the stuff they themselves, in reality, cannot afford. I dated a few very wealthy women. They were high-earning women. However, in reality, they were all poor. They were living paycheck to paycheck. All the money they made came in and was gone the same week. Thus, never being able to save any money. For example, I dated one woman who had a big beautiful house, but she did not have enough money to buy furniture for the house. I dated another woman that owned or leased a Mercedes but could not afford car insurance. One of my female friends was behind on all her debts, but instead of paying on her car loan, she would pay down her credit card debts. I asked her, how are you going to buy food or get to work if you lose your car? She replied that she could take the bus. This is ironic because she required a man to have a car to date her. For all the women who are Instagram models and have sugar daddies, there is a reason why there is a food stamp office in Beverly Hills, California. One of my uncles used to work at that office. For my foreign viewers, food stamps means that you are so poor that the government provides you money to purchase food each month. As I said, these types of women's reasoning is not logical. The reason why their reasoning is not logical is because they know what they are doing is wrong, and it is the only excuse or justification they can provide. For example, I had a male friend named Mike, and he had a girlfriend named Jackie. Mike and Jackie decided to live together. Jackie was not the type of girl that had long nails, or spent a lot of money on her hair, or liked to buy shoes. So Mike believed she was a down-to-earth type of girl. The girl next door type. Mike also believed it would be good for him to live with Jackie, because since they were splitting the bills, and the rent, he would be able to save money. Mike told me that when he was living alone, his monthly expenses were $800 a month, and now since he has been living with Jackie, his monthly expenses are still $800 a month. He said that living with Jackie is like being on a date that never ends. He said that he is paying for all the food. Mike said that Jackie keeps buying these little kitchen appliances. Mike said that Jackie has glasses and dishes she never took out of the box. She purchased a tablet she never took out of the box. Jackie purchased a new iPhone a week before he moved in. Mike also said that when he attempts to talk to Jackie about it, she screams that this is also her house. I discovered later in life that this is the fallback excuse for all of these types of women, which is never related to the issues we men are trying to discuss. If you men ever decide to live with a woman, always ensure you have enough money to move into another apartment when the lease is over. Always have a way out that does not involve moving back home and living with your parents. Now you know that these types of women can put you into a hole that can take years to recover from. These types of women can seem like they are reasonable and down to earth, but you never know until you live with them. One of the most important things you can do is ask the woman the following 6 questions. Question 1. How the household will be run after you two have children. Question 2. If she is a stay-at-home mother, will she expect you to cook and clean when you get home from work? Question 3. If she is a stay-at-home mother, and the children are watching television, will you be able to watch a television show, or does what the children want always come first? Question 4. Will the only time you two will be able to have sex will be on Sunday, in the morning, between the hours of 7 and 10? Question 5. Will the child be sleeping in the same bed or room with you two until they are 5 years old? Question 6. Who will be getting up in the middle of the night and doing the feedings, or changing the diapers? I know that many of you men will think that these questions are ridiculous or crazy. However, as I said at the beginning, everything I am talking about comes from my experiences with girlfriends, my female friends and female family members. Many men have told these women that they will die alone. Many women believe that this is no big deal. And this is because they have millions of other women who are in similar situations. They have a support group of millions of single old women. All of these women are saying the same stuff to each other, such as men are no good, men are trash, and we do not need a man. However, what I have noticed is that all the women who are over 40 years old might say all of those things, but when their female friends who are married talk about how wonderful their husbands are, all of these women become upset and say that they did not want to hear all of that stuff. Thus, women are very good at lying to themselves.
Because wait, I'm finna say this because I watched this movie. What is it called? Coming to America. He had got a bitch. His parents found him a pretty hoe.
That's a movie.
She was. I don't care. It's a good example.
It's a bad example.
No, it's a great example.
Hollywood.
It's the best example. I'm gonna say this. He found himself a pretty woman. His parents found him a pretty woman.
Okay.
She was willing to do anything he said. All he had to do was tell her anything, and she was willing to do. He said, "Hop on one leg and bark like a dog," and she sat right there and hopped on that leg and barked like a dog. Did that man stay with her? No, he still went out to go find a bitch with her own mind, her own opinion, her own job, and her own shit going on, and made her the fucking princess.
It's a movie.
Man,
This is crazy.
It's a good example.
She literally used the movie as an example. Yo, this is what I'm trying to say. Yo, Hollywood
sitting like a dog.
Hollywood is indoctrinating women to make them think that being opinionated, non-agreeable, argumentative, competitive, a boss bitch, etc. They're lying to you. Men don't find these things attractive. The more masculine the man, the more feminine he wants his girl. The more masculine the woman, the less attractive she is to men in general. Now, I'm sorry?
You just said
I think you going Snow White.
You just want submission.
Yeah, some bitches lay on her back.
What's up with the Disney references? Yo, ladies. Just like you don't want a dude that's a fucking pussy that can't protect you, we don't want a chick that's annoying and non-agreeable. You guys might say opinionated, but here's the thing. No offense, ladies. Your opinions have been incorrect for a majority of this show. We've stated objective facts.
Your opinion is not a fact.